So the first campaign is done. We've arrived at the first propaganda card, playing a solitaire game, controlling the Reds against the blue moderates and the white Senate forces controlled by the game solitaire system. So these cards over here. I made some good progress as the Reds. I got a couple of my administrations, i.e. the base discs on the map. Those are worth 1 victory point each for the Reds. In this town, for instance, the base can allow me to turn that town into active opposition during this propaganda round, so that's good. Got some control over here in Turku as well, so that's going well. One thing that worries me a little bit is the moderates are pretty strong in Helsinki, and Helsinki is the only 2 population value space on the map, so it's a big prize, and would be good to be able to turn this into opposition. But when the moderates are in control there, then it's going to be tough. We'll see what happens. Meanwhile, the Senate is sort of building up their support up in the north a little bit, and other than that, we haven't really yet seen too much from them. They've got good positions in various control, though only at this moment, in various provinces around the map, though, so that's pretty good for them. So let's head into the second campaign and see what happens. Okay, the second propaganda round is here. I've actually got, as the Reds, the necessary level of opposition and administrations, 12 for win. The problem is I still will not win because the polarization here at 5 combined with the Russian vassalage, which is below the marker there at 3, is still too high. But so I've made good progress as the Reds build up opposition, many spaces, set up some administration discs to raise opposition. The moderates are my greatest problem at this moment. They're still firmly in Helsinki, and now they're kind of building up in Viipuri as well. It's a little bit of a problem, and their resources are slowly inching towards the 15 mark, which is where they start winning. So I really have to be watching out. On the Senate, they've really established themselves all over the map here. If you can see, this is a good springboard for them to start moving into the southern towns and try to take control of them. That's their victory condition. We're actually going to be moving into the Red Revolt pivotal event next, and with that we move into the second phase of the game, into the war phase. So this is the end game starting now. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. So I just completed the third propaganda round, and yeah, it's been a tough campaign for the Reds. I lost my position here in Viipuri, been able to build up in Turku, but overall I've slid down from what was 12 points of opposition and administration down to 8. So it's been a bit painful. On the other hand, on the positive side, I've sort of kept the moderates under control a little bit. They've got 1 reserved issue only, and 2 blue network discs on the map, so that's reasonably alright. They are still only at 12 resources, which is not enough for a win, so that's a plus. The Senate is, as often, slow off the mark, but they are coming. The armies are moving down south now, so it's going to be a pretty interesting last campaign. So the fourth propaganda, the last propaganda round, is here, and the good news is nobody won straight just in the first victory check. So even the moderates, even though they've got 16 resources, which is more than what they need, polarization and compared to the networks and issues marker is not quite there where it needs to be for them to win straight. So that was good. The reds, in the end, I was not up there at 12. There was some very dramatic moments, as you can see here from the map. Helsinki was once again the center and the end, where the end game took place, and I was hanging on to that town. I even had it at active opposition for most of the time, thanks to this great event that popped up right at the right moment. I was just with just one cell hanging on in that town, and that event came up and meant that I could ruin the victory parade and turn the place to active opposition. But unfortunately that did not last. The moderates then quickly reduced opposition there again, and the Germans in Uusimaa came in and killed my administration there, so I lost 3 points there, and with that I ended up just 3 points short of winning. With a different draw of the cards and a little bit of luck, I could have had a good finish to this, but it was certainly very dramatic this time. And I haven't done the last propaganda round just yet, but it looks to me like the moderates are going to be able to win this game as well, which is sort of in the solo game, it's kind of the default position, unless you manage to hold the moderates below 15 resources. And if you do that, then it's down to the margins between the factions. So, but yeah, it was a really dramatic ending to this game, and I look forward to setting it up for another game.